Take control of your life and never feel exhausted again. Stoicism. Life can often feel overwhelming, leaving you drained and uninspired. In these moments, remember the Stoic principle of focusing on what you can control. As Epictetus wisely says, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. This mindset empowers you to reclaim your energy and purpose. Imagine a typical morning. You wake up to a long list of tasks, each demanding your attention. The alarm clock blares, and the pressure mounts. Your coworkers' impatience adds to your stress, and soon you find yourself caught in a whirlwind of anxiety. You rush through breakfast, barely tasting your food, your mind racing ahead to everything you have to accomplish. In this chaos, you might forget that your peace of mind is within reach, just waiting to be claimed. Pause for a moment. What if you chose to breathe deeply instead? What if you embrace the idea that you can control how you respond to the day ahead? Can you recall a time when you let external pressures dictate your mood? Reflect on that sensation, the tightness in your chest, the tension in your shoulders. How often have you felt exhausted, not just physically, but mentally, due to life's unpredictability? As you face the day, consider your responsibilities one at a time. Perhaps your phone buzzes with notifications, distractions pulling at your focus. Instead of succumbing to these external demands, remind yourself of what truly matters. A pressing deadline is a challenge to face, not an enemy to fear. How would your daily experience change if you prioritized your reactions instead of the situations around you? By adopting this Stoic perspective, you create a space for inner calm amidst the storm. Each moment becomes an opportunity to practice emotional resilience. You might notice how liberating it feels to let go of frustrations beyond your control. In this clarity, do you find yourself more energized, more present? Starting today, resolve to practice this principle. The next time stress threatens to overwhelm you, take a breath. Remind yourself of the words of Epictetus and allow yourself to react with composure and intention. But challenge yourself further. Identify one situation today where you can consciously apply this mindset. What reaction will you cultivate instead? Before you dive into this Stoic practice, here's an important note. Many subscribers have reported being unsubscribed from the channel unexpectedly. Check the red button below to ensure you're still subscribed. I don't want you to miss any upcoming Stoic lessons. And while you're here, please hit that like button. It really supports the channel's growth. Finally, let me know in the comments, which city are you watching from? I love connecting with each of you in this amazing community. Continuing with your Stoic journey, let's explore an essential aspect of this philosophy, the power of acceptance. Often, we find ourselves resisting the flow of life. We cling to our expectations and wish things were different. This cycle of desire and disappointment can be draining. Picture this. You're stuck in traffic, frustration boiling within you. The honks around you feel like an echo of your own impatience. But let's pause here. What if you could shift your perspective? What if, instead of cursing the situation, you accepted it for what it is? Accept what happens and you will find peace, as Epictetus reminds us. Take a deep breath. As you inhale, feel your shoulders relax slightly. You can choose not to let external circumstances dictate your emotions. Imagine instead seeing the traffic as an opportunity, a moment to practice mindfulness or listen to an inspiring podcast. Acceptance isn't about giving up or resigning yourself to fate. It's about recognizing what lies beyond your influence. Life can throw curveballs, but your reaction is always within your control. Can you think of a situation right now where you're resisting acceptance? How does that resistance affect your peace of mind? As you ponder this, remember, acceptance creates room for clarity. It's like clearing the fog from a window. Suddenly, you can see the path ahead more clearly. The weight of expectations lifts, and in that lightness, you might even find a sense of empowerment. Each moment spent resisting is another moment consumed by energy-draining emotions. Consider this as you go through your day. You walk into a meeting, and the agenda changes unexpectedly. The old responses might feel familiar, the anxiety creeping in, the tightness in your chest. But what if you approached it differently? What if, as the news is shared, you allow yourself to accept the change? Embrace the uncertainty. Allow your mind to expand with possibilities rather than contract with stress. Ask yourself, what new opportunities could arise from this unexpected change? Could it lead to discovering a better solution, a fresh perspective? The moment you accept what is, you reclaim your emotional power. Starting now, practice acceptance in small doses. The next time you feel resistance, perhaps waiting in line at the store, notice it. Let go of the frustration. Instead, focus on the experience, the people around you, the sounds in the air. It transforms a mundane moment into a mindful pause. As we wrap up this chapter, think of one area in your life where acceptance could ease your burdens. Take a moment to visualize how allowing yourself to embrace what is, without resistance, might shift your emotional landscape. Remember, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Let this truth guide you. What reaction will you choose to cultivate today? Look for it, and when you find it, celebrate this small victory. You're on a path that leads to resilience and inner peace, one breath at a time. As we move forward on our Stoic journey, let's dive deeper into another core idea, the importance of gratitude. In our busy lives, it's easy to overlook the good things around us. We tend to focus on what's lacking rather than what we already have. This shift in perspective can truly enhance our emotional well-being. Imagine waking up in the morning. Instead of dreading the day ahead, what if you began with a simple gratitude exercise? As you open your eyes, take a moment to think about 3 things you are grateful for. They can be as small as a warm cup of coffee or as significant as a loved one's support. This practice sets a positive tone for your day. Now, let's picture a situation. You're facing a challenging project at work. Maybe deadlines are tight and pressure is mounting. Instead of feeling overwhelmed, pause and consider what you can be grateful for in this situation. Perhaps the project allows you to grow your skills or collaborate with a great team. Shifting your focus can transform stress into appreciation. Gratitude is not just a nice feeling, it's a powerful tool. It reminds us of what is good in our lives, even during tough times. Think back to a moment when you felt truly grateful. What sensations did it trigger? A smile, a sense of warmth, or a sigh of relief. This is the energy we can embrace daily. Let's practice this gratitude by taking a small action. Choose one person in your life whom you appreciate. It could be a friend, family member, or colleague. Write them a quick note or send a text. Just a few words expressing your gratitude can deepen your connection and brighten their day. This simple gesture reinforces positive emotions for both you and the recipient. Now, as you continue your day, remind yourself to look for moments to appreciate. Maybe it's a beautiful sunset or a kind gesture from a stranger. When you notice something good, pause and let it sink in. Allow yourself to feel that joy. It's a form of mindfulness, grounding you in the present. As we reflect on gratitude, we realize it doesn't ignore hardships. It doesn't mean everything is perfect. It's about acknowledging life's blessings alongside its challenges. There will be tough days, but having gratitude helps us navigate them. With a clearer mind and a lighter heart, consider how gratitude can reshape your responses. When you feel frustration creeping in, ask yourself, what can I appreciate right now? It might be the support of coworkers, the lessons from past challenges, or simply the opportunity to learn something new. This shift pulls you away from negativity and opens the door to resilience. Before we wrap up, think of one specific situation today where you can practice gratitude. Resolve to find something positive, no matter how small. You might be surprised at how such a simple act can brighten your day. As we step forward, remember that gratitude is a choice. It's a way of seeing the world that empowers us. It allows us to face challenges with a clearer perspective. So today, let's choose gratitude. Celebrate even the small victories and carry that energy with you. Stay tuned for the next chapter, where we'll explore the power of presence and how being mindful can change your experience of life. What will you discover when you truly tune in to the moment? Let's find out together. As we continue our Stoic journey, let's explore another essential aspect of this philosophy, the power of presence. In our fast-paced lives, it's easy to get lost in our to-do lists, worries about the future, or regrets from the past. But what if we could learn to be fully present in each moment? This simple shift can profoundly impact our emotional well-being. Think back to a time you were truly absorbed in an experience. Maybe it was enjoying a meal, having a deep conversation with a friend, or watching a sunset. In those moments, your worries faded. You felt connected to the world around you. This is the magic of being present. Now, let's consider a typical day. You wake up, but your mind races with thoughts of what's ahead. You sip your coffee while scrolling through your phone. The day slips away, and before you know it, you've missed the simple pleasure of enjoying your drink. What if, instead, you took that moment to pause, savor the warmth of the cup in your hands and the aroma of the coffee? Feel the sensation of each sip. This awareness is a small step into mindfulness. Practicing presence helps us realize that many of our struggles are rooted in distractions. We often worry about what might happen tomorrow or dwell on what went wrong yesterday. But these thoughts steal our joy. Remember, as Epictetus said, focus on the present. The now is all we truly have. Throughout your day, notice when your mind wanders. Is it during a meeting or while talking to someone? When you catch yourself drifting, gently guide your thoughts back to the moment. Take a deep breath and really listen to the person speaking or engage fully in the task at hand. This small act of presence can change how you feel and interact with your surroundings. Let's try a simple exercise together. Set a timer for 1 minute. During this minute, focus solely on your breath. Inhale deeply and exhale slowly. Notice the air entering and leaving your body. As thoughts pop up, acknowledge them, but gently redirect your focus back to your breath. This practice can ground you, bringing a sense of calm and clarity. As you go through your day, seek out opportunities to be present. When you're doing chores, feel the textures of the items you're handling. If you're walking, pay attention to how your feet connect with the ground. Each moment is a chance to reconnect with life. Being present doesn't mean ignoring your responsibilities or future goals. It's about enriching your experience. When you handle tasks with your full attention, they become more meaningful. You'll find you can accomplish more and feel less overwhelmed. Before we end this chapter, think about one area in your life where you can practice being present today. Maybe it's during a conversation with a loved one or while working on a project. Challenge yourself to focus entirely on that moment. Notice how your perspective changes. As we wrap this up, remember the wisdom of being present. It's a tool for resilience and peace. Allow yourself to experience each moment fully, and you may find joy in the ordinary. Stay tuned for our next chapter, where we'll discuss the importance of self-reflection and how understanding ourselves can lead to personal growth. What will you discover when you look within? Let's explore this together as we journey further into our Stoic exploration. Let's focus on a crucial practice, self-reflection. In our busy lives, it's all too easy to rush from one task to another without pausing to think about our actions and feelings. But taking the time to reflect can guide us toward better choices and a deeper understanding of ourselves. Picture this. You finish your day and settle down for a moment. Instead of diving into distractions like TV or scrolling through social media, what if you took a few minutes to check in with yourself? Consider how you felt during the day. What emotions came up? Did you feel joy, frustration, or stress? Recognizing these feelings helps you understand what's driving your reactions. Now, think about a specific moment in your day that stood out. Maybe it was a conversation with a friend, a challenge at work, or even a moment of stillness. What was your initial reaction? Did you let stress take over, or did you respond calmly? Reflecting on your responses not only reveals patterns, but also helps you learn how to respond better in the future. Self-reflection doesn't have to be complicated. You might find it helpful to keep a journal. Each evening, jot down a few thoughts about your day. Write about what went well and what didn't. This simple practice allows you to see your growth over time. You'll start noticing recurring themes in your thoughts and actions. Let's consider a situation that many of us face: receiving feedback at work. It can be tough to hear, especially if it's critical. Instead of reacting defensively, pause. Use self-reflection to explore why the feedback affects you. Ask yourself, is it a reminder of something you fear? Or does it highlight an area you'd like to improve? This approach changes the conversation in your mind from one of fear to one of learning. As you practice self-reflection, remember the importance of being kind to yourself. Sometimes, you might stumble or make mistakes. That's part of being human. Instead of berating yourself, acknowledge the misstep and decide what you want to do differently next time. This is how growth happens. Another powerful technique to incorporate into your self-reflection is asking empowering questions. What did I learn today? How can I apply this lesson moving forward? What am I grateful for in this experience? These questions shift your focus away from negativity and guide you toward understanding. They help you embrace life's ups and downs with grace. As you go through today, look for opportunities to practice self-reflection. At the end of the day, take a few minutes to sit quietly and process your thoughts. You'll be surprised at how much clarity comes from just a little time spent focused on what really matters. Before we conclude, think about one area in your life where self-reflection could make a difference. It could be work, relationships, or personal goals. Allow yourself to explore this area honestly and openly. What insights can you uncover? Getting to know yourself better is a journey worth taking. Self-reflection is a vital component, helping you navigate life with intention. So, take a breath and embrace this practice. It's a step toward deeper self-awareness and meaningful growth. Next time, we'll dive into the importance of community and connection. How do the people around us shape our experiences? What can we learn from each other? Let's discover this together in the next chapter. As the sun set on another day, Sarah felt a familiar weight pressing down on her. The reflections of the past few weeks rushed through her mind like autumn leaves caught in a gust of wind. She journeyed through chaos, acceptance, gratitude, presence, and self-reflection. Yet here she was again, grappling with uncertainty. After a long day at work, the voices of doubt began to echo louder. She had implemented the Stoic principles, trying to focus on what she could control. But the pressures at work were mounting. The deadline for a crucial project loomed closer, and her team's morale was low. Sarah's heart raced with the fear of failing them. That evening, she stood by her window, staring at the horizon. The fading light mirrored her struggle. In that moment, she recalled Epictetus's words, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." A flicker of determination ignited within her. She had faced challenges before, hadn't she? This feeling, as negative as it was, could be transformed. With a deep breath, she turned to her journal. A practice she had picked up during her journey. Tonight felt different, though. Instead of listing her frustrations, Sarah focused on gratitude. She wrote about her dedicated team, the support from colleagues, and the lessons learned from past hardships. As she wrote, a sense of clarity enveloped her, illuminating the path forward. The next morning, she arrived at the office with a renewed sense of purpose. The weight still pressed against her, but she chose to bear it differently. Gathering her team for a meeting, Sarah shared her thoughts openly. "I know we're feeling the pressure," she said, "but let's focus on what we can control. Together, we can tackle this project, step by step." Throughout the meeting, she encouraged each member to voice their concerns and ideas. The dialogue transformed the air in the room. Instead of anxiety, a spark of collaboration ignited. Her team began to share not only their worries, but also the insights they had gained from their experiences. As they worked through the project, Sarah practiced being present. She reminded herself to appreciate each moment. The laughter shared over brainstorming sessions, the camaraderie during challenging tasks. The gratitude she cultivated helped her see the potential in every setback. They were not just hurdles, they were opportunities to learn and grow. Days turned into weeks, and as the project deadline approached, Sarah could feel a shift in the atmosphere. The team was no longer just trying to survive, they were thriving. Even if they faced obstacles, they tackled them as a unit. Their energy began to change, from one of dread to one of excitement. Then, on the final day leading up to the presentation, a serious hiccup occurred. A major piece of their project fell through at the last minute. Panic surged through her again. But instead of succumbing to despair, Sarah centered herself in the present, reflecting on the journey they had taken together. This unexpected challenge could lead to growth. Using the principles she had embraced, she gathered her team once more. "This is an opportunity for us," she said. "We can pivot, adapt, and showcase our resilience." The room buzzed with the energy of renewed possibility. They brainstormed solutions, and together, they produced something even greater than they could have imagined. On the day of the presentation, Sarah stood in front of the board with her team by her side. She felt a rush of pride wash over her as she spoke. Their collective effort, grounded in Stoic principles of acceptance and presence, transformed what could have been a downfall into a pivotal moment of achievement. As she concluded her presentation, the applause filled the room, but it was the smiles on her team's faces that truly warmed her heart. They had navigated the storm together. They had learned to control how they reacted amidst the chaos, and in doing so, they had forged a bond that would last beyond this project. In the weeks that followed, Sarah continued to cultivate gratitude and presence in her daily life. Reflecting on her experiences not only enriched her journey, but also allowed her to support others on their paths toward balance and understanding. As she looked out at the horizon one evening, the weight had transformed into a sense of calm. She knew challenges would always arise, but now she felt equipped to handle them, hand in hand with her colleagues and the Stoic principles she had embraced. Stay connected to the journey of inner peace. Subscribe now to the channel for the next profound Stoic reflections. If you found this journey beneficial, don't forget to click like. In the comments, share the most significant insight you gained. Your thoughts might uplift someone else. And remember to share this with at least 3 friends who could use a little inner harmony.